chagrins, mes plaisirs, je n'ai plus besoin de balayer les amours avec leur trémolo, balayer pour toujours, je repars à zéro. Non, rien de rien, non, je ne regrette rien, ni le bien qu'on m'a fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien de rien, non, je ne regrette rien, car ma vie, car mes joies, aujourd'hui, ça commence avec toi.
Hello everyone, welcome to the ANUS podcast, episode 2 with Mrs. Robinson and her daughter Amber Blake. Thank you very much for being here with us and for being our muses. Are you guys talking? Because I cannot okay. Are you guys? Can you talk now, please? To check. Okay. Now it's okay for me. Now it's perfect.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, it's perfect. I was saying thank you very much for being here. It's amazing to be a part of this project and to have you guys on board. And Mrs. Robinson, you are since the beginning, almost since the beginning here. It's been so great, and I think you have a life story so different than usual that I want to share with people, because your story just says, people, do the fuck you want with your own life. Don't care about what people think about it. Don't matter the age, don't matter, nothing matters, because we just live once. I always say that the only thing in common that we always have is that, like, we are going to die for sure, unfortunately, but we are going to die. So we just have to do whatever we want, right?
That's right.
So, Mrs. Robinson, so can you just tell us a little bit of your story? I know that you were a school teacher, right?
Yes, I will.
I'm so excited to understand and to know your story, and it's so cool to have you here to share this.
Thank you. Yeah, so my story is very unique as far as porn stars go. If you're new here and this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Mrs. Robinson and I'm 51 years old.
But you don't look like 51. You look like 31.
Geez, thank you. I feel 51. My back and my knees, my neck definitely feel 51.
Yeah, I'm 32, but my back is from 60, so I understand.
Yes, for sure. And it's interesting. My dad is 80 and he looks 60. So I think I've kind of been blessed in that department a little bit. But yeah, I'm an only child. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I went to college and graduated. And then I went on and I got my master's degree. I studied at La Sorbonne in Paris when I was younger. And then I graduated and I started.
How long did you live in Paris?
I was there for one college semester.
Okay. So it was 6 amazing months for sure. You have good memories.
Yes, I was young. It was wonderful. I did a lot of traveling when I was there, and then I decided to be a school teacher, and I did that for a while, and then I had kids, and we'll get into that obviously soon because my first child is right here. And then I wanted to go in a different direction, and I started to work in advertising early on, back when it was like the newspaper. It was way before digital advertising on the internet. That's how long ago it was that I got involved in it. And I climbed the corporate ladder, and I had a very, very successful career as a digital strategist, advertising strategy for Fortune 500 companies. And I loved what I did. I was, one of the only women in the industry. So that was a really big deal. And I had gained a lot of respect in a very man-centered world. And, I was on an airplane every week traveling, and it got to be a lot for me. Right before I turned 50, I started looking for, I was searching for answers to get out of that industry because it was taking a toll on me. I was a single mom. I have 2 kids. I mean, obviously my older child is 25, but I had a teenager, and I ran into some acquaintances right before I turned 50. So this was 2 years ago. And this guy was telling me about his wife being on OnlyFans. And I hadn't even heard of OnlyFans. So he was telling me, oh yeah, she makes about $200,000, $300,000 a month, and she does this. She's naked on the internet. And I said, oh my gosh. And he said, would you like to be, do you hear that? What was that?
It was a motorcycle passing by.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was a sound effect. And he said, what do you think about doing MILF porn? And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have kids, I have a career, I would never do that. I had spent my whole life caring what other people thought and never putting myself in a position where other people could judge me negatively. So to make a very long story short, I started to think about it very seriously, and I had 2 very serious conversations with both of my kids. And I sat down with Amber and I said, what do you think about me doing an OnlyFans? And she was super supportive and said, whatever you want to do, I support you. I just want you to be happy. But she said, what about, and referred to my then 14-year-old child, it could really affect him at school. And I said, well, I've raised my children to be open-minded, and we talk about everything. There aren't secrets, and we are non-judgmental. We love people. We love to be kind. I've raised my kids to work hard, be kind, and help others. And so we sat down with my younger child, and I said, hey, bud, what do you think about mom doing OnlyFans? And we were at the dinner table, and he spit out his water. His mouth.
Like it was like a movie thing, right?
It was, yeah, it really was. And he said, Mom, I love you, and you're pretty for a mom. But, and then he gestured at me and said, do you think they want to see that? And I said, no, I don't, but I'm hearing they do. And I looked at all the metrics for MILF porn, and it's such a big deal. My brain always thought people only wanted to see younger girls, and it's just not the case. They love the moms, the MILFs, stepmoms.
Yeah. I think MILF, it's one of the most wanted, most searched words on porn, right?
It is, yes. It's right at the top, and it has been for quite some time. And my kid looked at me and said, Mom, get that bag. And I had to look that up. I'm like, what's get that bag mean at the time? And I said, listen, I'm going to come back to you in a couple of days and ask you if you're really okay with this. Because I didn't want what I did to affect my kids, because kids can be mean. And I didn't want my kid to be...
They cannot be mean. They are mean. When they are...
Yes.
In Portugal, my country, we always say that teenagers are stupid. And they are. They are, You cannot do nothing about it. They are always making fun of with each other, doing bullying all the time, etc. So yeah, I understand your point of view, because it could really, shock him, and like being bullied on school, etc.
Yes, and I was worried about that. And so then it dawned on me, maybe he doesn't really understand what OnlyFans is. So a couple of days later, I said, hey, let's talk again about that OnlyFans thing. And he goes, how's it going? And I said, well, I didn't start it yet. I told you I was going to come back and make sure you're okay with it. And he said, yeah, I told you. And I said, listen, you could walk into school and some jerk kid is going to hold up their phone. There's going to be a naked picture of your mom on it, and they're going to say, your mom's pussy is on the internet. Pardon my French. But, and he very calmly said, why do you care what people think?
Whoa.
And I went, whoa.
With 14 years old. That's so awesome.
Isn't it? And you know what,
Tiago? Can I have your kid and be my kid?
Tiago, like my whole life as a mom, I had been striving to raise kids that didn't have the same issues I had about caring what people thought. And they were open-minded and non-judgmental, and they were helpers. And that moment was the single most important moment of my life, because I kept thinking, how can I care what everyone thinks about me if my 14-year-old can look away from it? And he said, get the bag, Mom. I don't care what people think. And from that moment
you raised him well.
Thank you.
You are a good mom, because if you didn't do it, the answer would be different for sure, you know?
Yes. And I started my OnlyFans, and it took off like crazy. I guess there just weren't a lot of 51-year-old moms on OnlyFans, and it was back when OnlyFans was really just booming, and we were all making so much money. And because of my background in marketing and advertising, I knew how to grow a brand. I knew how to build a media strategy. And, I always say it doesn't even matter what I look like. It's all about marketing and advertising and being able to brand yourself regardless of what you look like or what you bring to the table. And
because there are trillions of people around the world. Someone will like you, someone will like Amber, someone will like me, someone, and if you do a good marketing, but of course with your amazing and pretty and beautiful face, it's easier to do it.
Thank you.
That's true.
So nice to say. And then I got into, so I started branding myself across social. I wanted to get into mainstream porn, and I posted something on Twitter about people saying I should be on the Brazzers website. And when I posted that, within an hour, Kieran Lee, who is one of the top porn stars in the world, his penis is insured for $1 million. And he responded and said, I agree, you should be on Brazzers, and I want to direct you. And within a month, I was in LA. I was shooting for Brazzers. It was like a whirlwind since then. And he introduced me to all of the top names in porn: Johnny Sins, Cherie DeVille, Alexis Fox, Brandy Love, you name it. I got to meet all these great people and shoot with them and work with them. And they became my mentors, and they kind of have guided me through this process of getting into mainstream porn. And so I've shot for a lot of the best porn companies since then, and I'm very choosy with what I do. I use the mainstream porn kind of as to keep my name fresh in people's minds, and then they come over to OnlyFans, and I love chatting with them. I answer every DM. We do fun things like dick ratings, and we sext, and I share exclusive videos and things like that. So it's just really
how it was because there is a gap, not a gap, there is a line between OnlyFans naked pictures and porn. So
yeah.
When did you cross that line? Because on the beginning you just thought, okay, I can make money being naked on the internet. But being naked and being doing sex on the internet is really different, When did you think about it to cross that line?
The day I posted that tweet, I wanted to see, when I said, people are saying I should be on Brazzers, what do you think? I was really trying to see if there was any interest for me to be in mainstream porn, and if it was for me. And so I was kind of testing the water. And when Kieran said, yes, come to LA, I want you to be, having your first shoot on Brazzers is unheard of.
It's unbelievable. It is.
And I remember being there thinking, how did this happen? Like, how am I here? I used to be the PCA president. Now I'm naked with all these famous porn stars. And so I just decided...
and there are like millions and millions of people trying to get to be on a brand like that, shooting for a brand like that, and then in 1 year you just, I'm here.
6 months is when it started too. It was 6 months into my OnlyFans, because my OnlyFans, I went to top creator status, which is called 0.01%. I went to that within 6 weeks, and I just knew what I had to do. And it's important to me to connect with every fan. That's why you see me answering comments on my Instagram, on my Twitter. It is a job. It's a full-time job. It's important for me. And, even on our community for La Galerie de NFT, when I'm not in the community, that means I'm on another platform, and I try to spread it out so that I am constantly connecting with my fans, because that's what's important to me, to give a genuine, authentic experience. And I'm a loner. I don't date. I don't have sex outside of porn. I haven't
Really?
been on a date.
Yeah, the thing is like you don't need to. It's like you don't need to have sex because that's your job. So when you are horny, just go to work, love. Right? That's so amazing because when I have a girlfriend right now, but when I was single and if I was a porn star, it was like I don't think I would like do sex after not working, because you have to be horny for the work. So
Yes, and they sure get it. When I show up to work, I'm like, yes, because by the time I get there, it's been so long. And
yeah,
it's also, we get tested so often for STDs, and they're very careful with, making sure everyone is being safe. And so I don't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable having sex anyway in between my testing, because that would put my co-stars and my colleagues at risk if I were to just go out to a club and hook up with somebody without protection. And I just like it this way. Having been single for so long, I'm really good at I'm a workaholic. So I like to work, and I love the porn industry. I have met the smartest, kindest, most amazing people in the porn world. They've just been so welcoming. And so, I've shot for Misha X, and I've shot for MILF.com and a lot of other sites. And I do a lot of podcasts. We just did No Jumper a couple of weeks ago, and that's coming out, I believe, on Monday. And that was really fun with Adam 22. And, I just like getting our name out there and meeting other people. So porn has been very good to me. And at the same time, I am not, I don't allow disrespect. Like when we were in the chat the one day and somebody wrote something disrespectful, you guys banned him right away, because I don't tolerate that. That's my work.
because
And I'm a human being.
yeah, and that's why what I'm really happy about our community, that it's growing so much in the last few days. We are not right now. We are 34.2k members on Discord, and that's so awesome. And we will be 50k, I'm sure. And we are crossing all the porn stars fans, and that's so unique. I think no one never did this before, and this is so awesome. And I really love you for being part of this amazing community and for being there, just like talk to everyone, not just talk about sex or just post some spicy pictures, but like talking about your dailies, about your favorite movies, your series. I started seeing Ozark because of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And she started watching it because of me.
Right.
Okay, thank you, Amber. Forget Mrs. Robinson. Thank you, Amber, for that. And it's like you are so funny and so sweet at the same time, and sexy, of course. But you already know that. And of course, in this community, it's so important that people are respectful, because in like 34k people on Discord, we just banned like 3 people, and that's so not normal, because in 34k people should be more stupid ass people, just telling some stupid shit. But just 3 or 4 were banned in 1 month of this community. And they love you, and because you are really active on the chat. I know that you had a surgery, so you were not so active in the last days, but They are always talking about you and talking, oh, when is Mrs. Robinson coming, you know? Not coming, but coming, you know? Yeah. And it's amazing. Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having your daughter, Amber. For you guys that are there on the chat and seeing our podcast, don't forget that if you are a whitelist member, you can join our conversation and make one question to these amazing girls. You can join the vocal chat that we are on, and we can talk to these amazing porn stars. So if you got whitelist and if you are a member, you can go to the waiting room. One of the mods will just check if you are really whitelisted, and then you can make some questions. But now I want to talk a little bit with Amber as well. Amber, you are Mrs. Robinson's daughter.
Yes.
For you, so your mom started late, but at the same time you started late as well because you had other jobs, right? What were your job before you doing porn, and why did you decide to do porn?
I was a performer, but just like a singer, actor, dancer. I was actually a lead vocalist on a cruise ship in Europe. And I was on my ship in March of 2020. So I had to decide to leave because of COVID. And I ended up coming back here and living and quarantining with my mom for like a very long time. And that's when she decided to, that's when she had that conversation with me and my sibling about if she should do OnlyFans or not. And as she said, like, I was like, yeah, Mom, if that's what you want to do, of course. And as
of course, because she's doing it at the same time, right? She couldn't say, no, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. Mom, you are doing it.
Well, she started before me. And in college, I considered doing OnlyFans like every year of college because I was like, I could use more money for hanging out with my friends and whatever. But like, I never just bit the bullet. And then my mom went into it. And as she said, she like took off immediately. And I was like, well, my mom's clearly doing something right. So maybe I should actually explore this. And so I sat down with her and I asked her like if she would be able to like explain to me like how it works with like the socials and everything, because I during COVID I was a social media manager for like probably B-list influencers on Instagram and other social platforms. So I had like a pretty good idea going into it how to like manage the different socials. It was just, it's different for porn, you know? So I wanted to get some advice, and then I started doing it and I love it. I actually just celebrated like my 1-year anniversary of doing OnlyFans on Valentine's Day. So that was really cool. Looking back on my pictures from a year ago was a really fun experience. But yeah, so when I started my OnlyFans, I actually have lived my whole life thinking that I was like doing me and doing all the things my mom always taught me to do, like to not care about what other people think. And I was so outwardly saying that to other people that, oh, I don't care what other people think, like I'm just me. And I was just me, but I didn't realize at the time I really did care what other people thought.
We always do. At the beginning, you know, it's always difficult because we are not used to have like people talking bad about us. We are not used to it. But when you are used to it, we just don't care, you know, after a while.
Yeah, and like you said at the start, like YOLO is such a funny term, but it's like you only live once. It's so true. And when I started my OnlyFans and I like got my hair cut, and all of a sudden I just did not care what people thought about me, and my whole life just changed based on the decision to do OnlyFans. Like, and I actually found like my love for myself and my character, and I found my own personal style, and I found in like clothes and
yeah, because you have to have more outfits, you know. You have to take care more about you and your body, right? because that's important, because you are selling, pictures naked or doing porn. If you are not like looking sexy, you won't win so much money, right? So at the same time, it's so good for your self confidence, because you are going to treat yourself better than before.
Yeah, I want to jump in here too and say, when she first brought it to me, I pretty much tried to talk her out of it because she was younger. I said, it's hard. People are mean. And, I don't know if you'll have the same success I had because I'm older and there aren't as many people my age, and there are a ton of people her age.
Yes.
And interestingly, I've lost a lot of friends who I now know weren't really my friends because they were mad at me for being okay with her doing it. And I thought, how dare you? Like, she's a 25-year-old adult. She can do what she wants. I told her about the risks to it, and she's her own person. And just because she's doing that, like, I'm going to love her, support her as much as if she were a dentist. And, and I want to say for the record, for anyone listening, we will never shoot together ever. We will never do a scene together.
Even if someone gives you $10 million?
Correct. Never.
Really?
Never. No.
No. I was not telling you like that you have to touch each other, just be apart on the same video, but not doing anything, of course.
We take pictures together, fully clothed, like mom-daughter pics. Like, we had gym clothes on for a photo shoot a couple weeks ago. I think I posted one of the pics in the chat on the Discord. That kind of stuff, yes. Or if we're on vacation or on holiday and we have cute pictures, but we will never be naked at the same time, in the same photo or video ever. So
I think it's a fair line. I think it's a very fair line. Mrs. Robinson, I have to ask you something. It's a little bit more deep, because you are 51 right now. You started doing it like more or less like a 1 year ago, right?
2 years, yeah.
2 years ago. So don't you think that when you start doing it, you start living more your life, because you had different jobs, background jobs, you were not upfront, and now when you turn like 50 years old or 49, you start doing marketing for yourself. You are the product, not selling other things, but selling your job. And now you are in front of everything. You are the business. Don't you think that it gave you life, because now I think maybe you are living now more than in the other 50 years,
That is absolutely right. I am the most authentic version of myself that I have ever been. I went through a really bad breakup about 4 years ago, and which is why I've been single for so long. In fact, only recently I had someone that, I found attractive, and it's very scary for me because I don't want that.
That's not true. You found me attractive. I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course you, Tiago. But I mean, somebody I would consider, potentially being in a relationship.
Oh, you wouldn't consider me?
Well, you have a girlfriend.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It just, I've been very cautious and careful of my space and who I let in, and nobody is going to take advantage of me. I get a lot of messages. People want me to be their sugar mama, and it's never going to happen. I will never financially take care of a man, no matter what. Like, if I ever get in a relationship, I want it to be a team situation where we both enrich each other's lives and we both bring everything to the table. But yeah, I've just become stronger and a more authentic version of myself since I started being Mrs. Robinson. And it's just been wonderful. And I really like it. I've loved watching Amber boom. We've been on a bunch of shows together. We did the Leo and Danny podcast together. We did No Jumper together. We're doing this together. And it's really kind of cool to be able to do this.
It's and I think it's really a testament to, like, people, when they think of porn, they think, oh my gosh, those girls must hate themselves so much to stoop so low and do that. But both my mom and I have actually, like, found our true selves from doing this, and, like, learned to love ourselves from doing this. And it's so crazy how backwards everyone else thinks that it is, like, in the real world. You know what I mean? Everyone
Yeah.
thinks that porn is such, like, a villainous career choice, and that you're a terrible person for doing it, and you probably think you're a terrible person too. But I have not thought that a single time since I started doing this. And I don't mean to speak for my mom, but neither have I.
For the guys who are guys and girls, of course, who are watching this podcast, this video podcast, I have 2 tips for you. The first tip is I will give 10 OnlyFans subscriptions, 5 of Mrs. Robinson and 5 of Amber Blake, to the viewers. We will do a giveaway really soon, and we will give that the OnlyFans. I will pay that, and will transfer the OnlyFans account for those people who are watching. And the other tip is, if you guys are not sure about your friends, start doing porn as they did, and you will see what's your best friends on real life, and the friends that don't care about you, right?
True. Yeah.
Yep.
But like that experience that you had, why those friends just, like, disappear from your life, or what did they told you? Because if you are a friend of someone, you have to be supportive when they make very important decisions, like doing porn, for example, right? So
Yeah.
what
So
did they tell you to start not being your friends anymore?
So it was right around, there are awards in porn called the AVN Awards. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes.
But I mean, having just started being in porn, I was nominated this year for
Whoa.
Hottest MILF Performer of the Year, which is huge because I was
Congratulations. That's
Yeah,
I'm
thank
so
you.
happy. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I mean, obviously I didn't win, but I was so honored to be among these, like, MILF legends. It was so cool. And my dear friend Alexis Fox won, so I was really excited for her. But I was really happy around that time. And a friend of mine came to me and said, hey, so-and-so told me she is just disgusted with you that you have ruined your daughter's life and her career by being okay with her doing OnlyFans. I said, does she really think I have that much power over, like, ruining somebody's life? My daughter's
She's
25.
25. She can do whatever she wants, even if you don't want it. It's like,
Yes. So the people never came to me. They just stopped talking to me, and then they talk about me to people I know. And oftentimes I just say, I don't really care to hear it. But there have been some people, this particular girl, I was friends with her for 20 years. I had helped her so much, and I was blown away. And then this other girl, I had gotten her a job. I had helped take care of her son, financially supporting her. I was a dear, dear friend to her, and she turned on me when I started doing porn. I was devastated. I thought, how dare you judge me for what I do for a living when you know my heart and you know that I am, I thrive on being a kind human who's giving and fun and loves people. Like, how dare you? So it hurt, but
of course.
those are the only ones that really.
But at the same time, it's so good for you, because you just
Yep.
eliminated all the people that are not positive and have good energy. So fuck those people.
Yep.
You are better now than you were before. That's
I
it.
really am. Yes.
it really goes to show, like, because there's so many people who say that they love you unconditionally. And the most severe choice I'm learning in life that you can make is to do porn, because that's when conditions arise that people didn't consider before.
Yeah.
Whether it's friends or family, like, love then somehow becomes conditional. And that's how we've each been able to determine, like, who is a true, real friend, a person to be in your life forever, because the people who didn't care, that's unconditional love. Of course, like, a little concern is okay, but the people who tell like me or my mom, like, hey, I'm concerned about like this and let's talk about it. Not like you said, like going around and talking to other people and then just like never talking to you again. So it's really nice to learn about like which people truly do love you like unconditionally.
And I had two of my dear friends, and they're still my dear friends. One of them called me in tears and was like, I heard you're doing porn. And I was like, I am. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm great. I'm fine. What do you mean? She's like, I don't know. I didn't know you would do that. And we're fine now. And she's a big supporter of mine. But then
Yeah,
what also,
and it's okay to have that, you know, that shock, you know, because she was
Yeah.
like shocked, and it's normal because doing porn, it's not normal for for our, you know, view of our life, because people are like this. I don't know how to say it in English, but in Portuguese
Tunnel vision.
yeah, we say like the horse vision, you know.
yes.
So, and that's okay if they are in shock, but then they talk to you, and then they have to understand you, and when they understand your point of view, okay, it makes sense. I will be friends of you anyway, you know, no matter if you do porn, if you are a marketeer, no matter it doesn't matter what's your job, you know.
Yes, because it didn't change who I am as a person. I'm still a good mom and a good friend and a good daughter, and I still work really hard. I'll tell you another thing that happens are rumors. So
They're so funny.
one of my best friends called me. She was in tears too, and she said, I heard you are human trafficking and
What the fuck?
prostituting yourself. I was like,
And your daughter.
yeah. And I was like, are you serious? I said, what are you talking about? She's like, I don't know. Somebody said you're on this OnlyFans site and that you meet up with 100,000 guys. I go, I don't meet up with anybody. I don't do meetups. I don't escort. I never hook up with a fan. I don't hook up at all. And I was like, how could you've known me? How could you think that?
Yeah,
she was like, I know. This really threw me off. And I'm like, human trafficking? Like, whoa, like I'm a child advocate and a mental health advocate. I don't even drink. I've been sober for 18 years. I'm like, I live a very boring life. And she's like, no, you're right. It's just when I heard it, it really threw me off. I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
because people don't understand the difference between porn and porn stars and prostitutes, you know, and
Yeah.
escorts. That's so fucking different, you know. But for people, they put everything on the same sack, on the same, you know.
yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
yeah.
there are people, you know what, Tiago, there are women in porn that do escort, and I don't judge them. That's
No,
fine.
yeah,
Whatever
of course. If they want to do it, they can do it. But it's not just because you do porn, you have to do to be a prostitute or to do escorts. You know, it's different
Yeah.
jobs. You know, it's the same thing as a football player of 11 football or five football. You know, 5-player football. It's different. So. Okay, you don't
Yes.
understood, but sorry, the Portuguese people will understand me, because
Yeah.
we just care about soccer. That's our sport, you know. You guys say soccer, we say football, but
Sure.
the normal football is 11 against 11, but then you have the football with just 5 players. You know, it's a smaller field.
Yes.
But maybe it was not a good comparison. Sorry.
No, I understand. Yeah, it is. And it's just not something I do. I do mainstream porn. I do OnlyFans. I do appearances on podcasts and radio shows, and that's it. And then the rest of the time, I'm a mom and a daughter and a friend. And I have a dog that's Rudy. He's like my right-hand man.
Everyone knows Rudy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
He was on the AVN Awards because they were done on Zoom this year. So he was on the Zoom camera with me. So when they were giving up the hottest MILF performer of the year and they showed all of us, it was Rudy and me on the screen.
Maybe Rudy could be a porn star dog. You know, you just shoot it. You know,
Yeah,
You gotta be real careful.
he has. I don't know why. I think Rudy has a big cock. So he would be an amazing porn star dog. I'm sure about it.
You got to be careful on that one because there's people who talk about girls having sex with dogs and they start rumors. So we definitely don't want that one.
Okay. Don't make fun. I won't make fun of that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys feel comfortable to talk about sex when you are on each other company?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
tell you if we're not. If somebody asks us something and we're not, we say
You
I'm
just
not
say it.
comfortable.
Yeah, because I would like to know some things about sex, about your opinions. But before I do that, everyone that is on the watching the stream, if you are a whitelist member, just come to the waiting room and you can do a question to Mrs. Robinson and Amber. I have one guy here, the Canon. Let me check if he wants to do some questions. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, can you guys listen?
I hear you.
No, the guys that are going in. Are you guys listening? Lacafru and the Canon. They are not talking. They are not talking. Okay,
They
so
deafened, maybe?
Hey, sorry.
okay.
Okay, so basically, I just wanted to talk Mrs. Robinson. How was it for her in the first time when Tiago reached her to not talk about his NFT project?
Oh, how was it for me? So interestingly, my beautiful friend Alex Link, she and I we're like social media friends because we have a lot of mutual connections. And I saw her doing this project and I said, that's something I think I would love to do. And I reached out to Tiago and I said, I would like to be involved in this project. How would I get on board? And he said, oh my gosh. And he extended an invitation and said, we would love to have you. And I was the 9th Muse ambassador brought on board.
And our
So
first MILF.
I was the first MILF. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so honored to be here. I love our community. You guys are amazing. Before we joined today, Amber and I were talking about how much we love the community, the Discord, and talking with all of you. You uplift us and you make us feel so appreciated and so happy. And I couldn't be more thrilled that Tiago extended the invitation to be involved in this project. So that's a great question.
Thank you for your answer. I will give the word for Peep Daddy. Peep Daddy is one of he was, I think, in day 4 or 5. I think he's the member with more level on chat. So the guy who talked more on chat is from America and he's really cool. He's a really cool guy. And he dates a MILF as well.
Is he okay?
Yeah. So I think he loves
right.
you. Peep Daddy, bro, thank you very much for being in here. It's always a pleasure to have you here on the podcast on our community. So what do you want to say to these beautiful muses?
First off, can you hear my voice?
Yes, and you have an amazing voice, bro.
Oh, thank you so much. All right, where do I start? All right, well, first off, I'd like to say that I adore you two. I love the whole mother-daughter duo. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I didn't really come prepared today because I had a really rough night last night, but you guys brought up a really serious topic about loving yourself, and it goes for both girls and boys, and I wanted to know if you guys have any advice for the viewers, the people that are listening, on how to love themselves.
Absolutely. I can start, and then, is that okay?
Yeah.
So what I found is that when I do esteemable acts, I gain self-esteem. So, and that kind of piggybacks on gratitude being an action word. So if Amber comes over and makes me dinner, I show my gratitude instead of just saying thank you. I show my gratitude maybe by doing the dishes. And when I do something nice for someone and I don't tell people about it, like maybe buy someone their Starbucks at the drive-thru and then drive away and just say I want to pay for them and not tell people about it. When I live in a way where I am, what our true character is what we do when nobody is watching. So
Correct.
For many years, I would constantly ask myself, am I part of the problem or am I part of the solution? So in order to love myself, I need to focus on being part of the solution instead of, if I find myself complaining, I will sit down and I'll write a gratitude list for the things I'm grateful for. And that doesn't just mean like, oh, my car, my phone. It means like, I'm healthy, my family is healthy, my kids are happy. It's constantly working to improve myself and be the best version of me in all scenarios, being honest, sharing myself with integrity, showing appreciation, and being
Sorry, Peep Daddy. Sorry, just a second, Mrs. Robinson. Peep Daddy, when you are not talking, mute your microphone because it's doing like a delay thing, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can continue, please.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And just doing kind things for myself. Once a week, I always do something that's just for me. Taking care of who I am, always putting myself first. I spent a lot of my life, not wanting to hurt other people's feelings, yet in the process, I was hurting my own. And I would make decisions that were best for others that weren't in my best interest. So now I do a lot of self-reflection. I do a lot of journaling. And, I make sure that I am walking the talk, not just talking the talk. I make sure who I really am matches up with who I say I am to you. And, just being authentic in everything that I do and realizing that life is short and I am lovable and I am worthy of love. And I'll tell you what, the one statement I had on my bathroom mirror for probably 5 years is, it is my birthright to be happy. We are all supposed to live in a state of contentment and joy. Not all the time. It's not always rainbows and butterflies, but, a life not lived with joy is
but if someone dates you, it will be always butterflies and roses.
Aw, that would be nice, but I don't know if that helps answer your question from my point of view.
That was perfect. Honestly, that's like exactly what I need to wake up to this morning. And definitely you hit all the checkpoints. That was perfect.
But you are feeling more anxiety with more anxiety or something, Peep Daddy? In the last days, for example?
You said excitement or
anxiety.
Oh God, dude, it's been hitting me hard. Like I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, and untreated anxiety leads to depression. And I've been just struggling with it. Like, I recently broke up with my girlfriend because I wasn't myself, and that's probably a bad decision now that I think about it, but to distance myself from someone that really loves me for who I am. But it's been hitting me hard, and yeah, I've been dealing with it. That's why I haven't been on the chat and I haven't been doing much lately. But yeah, I mean, hearing that from you, Miss Robinson, that really helped, and I thank you for that.
You're welcome. And that really resonates with me too. It's probably not the wrong decision because we have to be okay. I have to be okay in my own skin before I have anything to share of value with anyone else, because someone else can't love me enough that I love me. Mm-hmm. I need to love me first before I can love you or before you can love me. And a really good thing is to check my anxiety. I suffer from crippling anxiety and major depressive disorder, and I had treatment for it about 18 years ago, and I've kind of been doing okay since then for the most part. And I'm very open about that. Mental health needs to not be something we're all afraid to talk about. And oftentimes when I check the facts of a situation, it's often a scenario I've created in my head with my anxiety. Mm-hmm. But when I say, wait a minute, this isn't real, it's often much worse what I create up here than what's actually going on. So I do a lot of checking the facts, like, oh my gosh, I'm anxious about, I'm just making this up, I'm anxious about being on the live stream today. Oh my gosh, what if something goes wrong? What if I say the wrong thing? But if I check the facts, I know that I'm going to come on here and be honest, and you guys are kind, and we love being part of the community, and nothing about the facts indicate that I should feel anxious about anything.
Mm-hmm. And checking the facts is one of the things that she taught me growing up to do, because I also have anxiety and depression and ADHD. So my train of thought kind of just goes all the way around all the time. But one of my favorite things to do is to do a pros and cons list, because all of my mental disorders have made it really difficult for me to make decisions. And so something that's really helped me is she taught me to do a pros and cons list and to like really sit down and really be honest about it with myself, because you can sit there like I will never forget the pros and cons list I made for my first high school boyfriend. It was like, bro, he's nice to me sometimes. He made me dinner once. He has a cute nose or like whatever. And the cons were he won't let me drink milk. And
Whoa.
like
Milk? Really?
but like just clearly red flags. And when I looked at them, I was like, oh, like the choice is obvious. Like cons, like I don't love myself when I'm with him. I'm not myself when I'm with him. And like pros and cons lists really helped me as well. And my mom mentioned journaling and stuff like that to help with anxiety. And I try my best to do that too. And I have a friend who has really, really, really been struggling with depression. And I know that it's not good for her to hear from me like how well I'm doing, but instead to like try one small thing first, because once you can get one small thing into your routine, then you can start adding other things. But like trying to like completely, it's like quitting smoking. Like you can't just quit. I mean, I guess you can, but it's hard. Like you can't just quit cold turkey. Like you have to like start journaling and then like start working on like maybe working out helps you or whatever. But I have a lot of friends who have tried, including myself, tried and failed because I was like, I'm going to start working out every single day. I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to have an hour-long session of journaling with myself. And then I'm going to do X, Y, Z and 1, 2, 3. And it was like, I'd do so well for like a week. And then like I'd have some sort of commitment outside of my self-care routine and it would completely derail the whole operation. Right. So like I guess what I'm trying to say is like don't feel like you have to do everything to make yourself feel better at once. Like just starting with something small is like a huge step, and integrating it into your life. What is it? What's that? It's like a habit takes 30 days to form. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like it's a slow process and it's that.
21 days, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay.
I know that because I have anxiety as well for 4 years. And as you can see, that you are not alone on this shit. If we are all together, because 30% of the people on the world have anxiety and depression. So unfortunately, this is not good. But the thing is, people are stressing. The social medias don't help. Drugs don't help at all, you know. And what I can say to you, and if you want, of course, my advice, because I have anxiety for 4 years, and I can tell you that this last week for me was like not awesome. It was horrible, because I'm putting my all effort on this project. I'm putting all my money on this project, you know. And someone who suffers from anxiety doing like a move like this, it's really risky. But I'm just a crazy guy. When I believe in something, I just fucking do it. I don't care. I don't look back. Of course, it's not perfect. Sometimes I feel afraid, you know. But I won't let those feelings let me go down. So I just move forward and keep working. And the thing is, what I can say to you, and I know that you are not in a good situation. The first of all is to be good, to be in a good relationship. You have to be good with yourself first. Then you have to be with someone. Just worry about you first, not other people. Because if you have other people to worry about, it will be more difficult for your anxiety. So first you, bro. For me, what works is doing a few things that change my entire anxiety thing. Having the same routine, sleeping 7-8 hours every fucking day, because I know when I don't sleep well, I'm not good, and my anxiety comes back, and my thoughts are shitty. So sleep well, eat well. It sounds like a cliche, but when you do healthy things, it helps a lot, you know. Don't do fucking drugs. I know that everyone likes to do drugs, but when people do drugs, they have to understand that drugs just change a lot of things in our brains. They burn some things, they change, and it is what it is. If we do drugs, you have to understand that it could go wrong. You know, my girlfriend's stepfather, he's a psychiatrist, and he told me that like 90% of the people that go to the crazy people hospital, I don't know how to say it in English, sorry, so I say crazy people hospital. Yeah, he told me that like 90% of the people who goes there and are fucking crazy, it's because of drugs. 90%, bro. You know, so when you have anxiety or depression, if you do drugs, it will be worse. So exercise, sleep well, eat well, and one very important thing is like force yourself to do things that you like, even if you don't want to do it. Like, oh, I want to stay home, you know, I don't want to do nothing, but force yourself to go, because after some days you will see the light, you know, you will see the light and you will be better for sure. And you just have to think about it, bro. We just live fucking once, you know. There are people in Africa that don't have like food in their table and they are so fucking happy, and we are always complaining about everything in our lives. It's so stupid. We have to be not so stupid as we are, and we all are stupid, you know, because we have to think that we are privileged people who has food on the table, who has friends, who has family. So, bro, let's wake up and do something beautiful. Do things that you love. One thing that helped me a lot was, and I read this in a book. I think it was in a book, and it helped me a lot. It can be stupid for you guys, but one thing that helped me a lot was, I read that this on the book. It was like, our brain, it's not you, okay? Our brain, it's our brain. Your actions, it's you. What you think about, it's not you, because your brain is lying all the time and giving bad shit for you. But if you do the bad actions, that's you, you know. But if you think about it and you don't do it, you know, it's not you. So one thing that I do, it's like when I have bad thoughts, I just say for myself, fuck you, fuck you. But I say it loud. I say it loud, of course, not in the street, but when I'm alone, it's like, fuck you, brain. I won't think about it anymore.
Tiago, I learned about 10 years ago that the thoughts I'm thinking create the feelings that I'm feeling. And the feelings that I'm feeling create the bad actions. So what I try to do is stop. If I start feeling bad, I go, wait, what am I thinking about that's causing me to feel this? And then I go into that thought and I'm like, no, I'm not the most horrible person in the room. I bring this to the table. And does it really matter anyway? And will this matter in a day, a week, a month, or a year? And don't do drugs to solve that, because I have found back before I got sober was that I had these problems in my brain and I thought drugs would solve them, but all the drugs do, it filled a void that gave me, if I started with 10 problems, now the drugs were problem number 11. So it's just so much easier to tackle things, you know, head on. And life isn't easy for anyone, and I'm not unique. And, you know, we all deserve to be happy.
And everyone's experience is different. Not like illegal drugs, because those are not good for like mental disorders, but like mandated, like prescribed, like antidepressants and anti-anxiety, like it's there's such a stigma around that. And like for the longest time, I didn't want to take like an antidepressant, and it took a long time when I finally took the leap to like go into that venture, because it can take a long time to figure out which one actually fixes the chemicals in your brain that are broken, or missing, or too much or too little.
Of course, because if you have an injury in your arm, you have to take a pill to that pain in your arm. If you are not good in your brain, you have to take some pills to give you some things, you know, to be better. So it's the same. It's the same body, arm or brain. It's in the same body. We don't have to categorize everything, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it was so hard for so long to find a medication that worked for me. And there were so many times that like I would try to say like, you know what, maybe this will work if I cut the pill in half, or like start like self-medicating like I'm a pharmacist, like with my own medications that I was prescribed. And when I finally, like, my psychiatrist said, let's try this, and it worked. In our family, for some reason, we react to medications very quickly. And so like I took the medication before bed, and I woke up the next day, and it's not like I woke up and suddenly the world was glowing and I was like the happiest person alive, but I felt like a little bit different, and I didn't like hate everything when I woke up, and I was like, is this what it's like to be normal? Like, it was very bizarre. It took me probably about 18 months to figure it out. But what I'm just trying to say is that, like, if you feel like medication might help you to maybe like venture
To
into
be
that,
better,
and
yeah,
find a
yeah,
sick
yeah.
life.
And it's interesting because we talked on the chat about mental health a lot of times, and we talked before. I talked with Beep Daddy, and he told me something that a lot of people that I know always talk about it. And I was that guy before, but I'm not that guy now. And it is like you were saying that you wanna try ayahuasca or whatever the name is of that thing, you know, because a lot of people have that experience and they now are amazing and etc. But there are a lot of people that went wrong, you know, taking those things. And when we are in a bad situation with anxiety or depression, we are always thinking about something that it's going to click on us and we are going to be better. Bro, that shit doesn't happen. If you want to be rich, you won't be rich like this. You have to work a lot to be rich. If you want to have a girlfriend, she won't be your girlfriend like this. You have to work on the relationship to have that girlfriend, you know. And if you have to have if you want to have a good mental health, you have to work in your mental health. It's not going to be ayahuasca or whatever that do this and you will be okay. You just have to work it. Because people right now, we are living in an era that every fucking one wants everything quick, and life is not quick. We just have to take our time to do everything, you know. And because everything is quick, you want to hit Uber Eats, then it's in your fucking table. You want to have sex, Tinder, boom, you know. It's everything like this, and that's what it's causing us anxiety. I'm gonna tell you something so stupid, like, nowadays I'm trying to take a fucking shit without my cell phone, you know? Because I'm always with my phone, you know? Like 20 years ago you were taking a shit, like just enjoying it, because taking a shit can be good, my friends, you know?
Right.
So just enjoy that moment, you know? You don't have to be taking a shit and texting and seeing Instagrams and etc. And yeah, it's everything so quick. We have to slow down because we are doing everything so quick. And that's my last advice, bro. I hope you get better. I know you will get better. Don't be in a rush to get better, because you will be better. But take your time. Don't think that it will be like this, because it won't. And there are people like me or these beautiful girls that were in a bad situation, like me and Amber and Mrs. Robinson, and we are fine now. Okay, sometimes we have some more anxiety, etc. But it is life, you know. But we will be better for sure, man.
Grant yourself some grace and be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Thank you for that. Everything that everyone said resonated with me today, and I really love that. I'm definitely on the road to recovery right now, and I get like nothing comes quick. You know, I gotta be patient. You know, I already made an appointment with a psychiatrist, and I'm looking into getting into the, you know, the whole over the counter pills and all that. But yeah, I appreciate everything you said, and I'm definitely gonna take that into account when it comes to my life.
Good.
Yeah,
Happy
man,
to hear it. Thank you for sharing.
And because we know each other just for Discord and online, but you look such an amazing guy, you know. So you have culture about a lot of things, you know. You are really calm when you talk. You look so cool, man, and so an amazing person. So you will find your peace, I'm sure about it. go to your psychiatrist, and he will help you for sure. And one beautiful thing that it happens when you have anxiety and you start doing like getting better is that you never feel a click. You are doing your life normally, and then you realize, bro, I'm good. I'm good. What the fuck? I'm good. Like 1 month ago I was not good, and now you just think about it, and you say to yourself, I'm good now, you know. So it's quicker than you think, you know. I'm sure it's quicker than you think. Just try to, when you think bad things, go and say to your brain to fuck it, fuck brain. I don't care what you are thinking about it, because I'm not the brain. I'm the actions, and it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot, and I always try to you know, to change my mind, my thoughts, and yeah, and that's it. Thank you very much for being here, and maybe for having a better, not a better, but because this is so important, and I'm so glad that we talked about this. Let's talk a little bit about sex. Peep Daddy, do you have any questions, please?
None about sex at the moment, but I'm sure something will come along later.
Okay, you are not okay, bro. I'm joking. No, and it's normal, because when I feel anxiety, I don't think about sex either. It's normal, you know. But yeah, okay. Thank you very much. I have here Miguel in the room. Miguel, welcome to the podcast. What do you want to ask for the ladies?
Hi, Miguel. Hi.
Miguel and Alex.
Hi, Alex.
You have to turn on your microphones. Both of you. Alex. English, Alex, please.
That's fine. Vou tentar.
Okay, he's saying that he's gonna try to speak in English. Se quiseres, podes dizer em português e eu traduzo, se não te sentires à vontade. Preferes?
Pode ser.
So he prefers that I translate, okay? Força.
What? I can. Oh, she can't speak French. Never mind. Okay.
No, but that's Portuguese. That's Portuguese.
Okay.
Então, Alex, diz-me.
Peraí, minha mãe tá me chamando. Peraí, só uma beca.
She is okay. He was like doing something. Miguel, are you there? Okay. While they are not talking, they are figuring out how to do it. I can do some interesting questions. So, what's your favorite thing? That's for both. What's your favorite thing about sex? What do you like the most in sex?
I don't want to be here while she answers, and I also have to use the restroom, so I'll be back in just a second. Okay. Hello. What is my favorite thing about sex? I would say just the ability to let loose and connect with someone that I feel completely comfortable with, who is going to, I don't know, I like sex from two different perspectives. I like the throw me up against the wall and fuck me sex, but I also like the intimate lovemaking kind of sex, which I haven't had in a really long time.
Yeah.
But I like getting naked, and I don't mean like actually naked. I like being transparent and open with someone and sharing that experience with them. And it just feels good.
Yeah, of course. And it's like, what for you? What's your favorite position that makes you come so the quicker?
Yeah, so I have a thing for public sex. So I would love to be in a bar and we kind of walk off to a hallway and you throw me up against the wall with my skirt, fuck me from behind,
Whoa.
and I'm done in about 2
That's
minutes.
that's so sexy, and I think like all the guys that are seeing this are thinking, and I would love to do that to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah, that's
for me. That really is.
Yeah, but you love that, but now you are not doing it.
Well, you never know. If I meet the right person, I could.
Yeah, right. That's right. Okay. So you don't have, so for you don't have like a favorite position. It's like emotional when because when someone do that with you, you know, you are in the bar, go to the restroom or something, and then just do it like against the wall or something. You are like thinking, this is so quick, this is so sexy and so unexpected, you know. So that I'm horny right now, right? So
yeah, or like in an elevator, or even missionary with my hands above my head. That's a kind of big thing. Like pin my hands down and look into my eyes and do it. I like that as well. And something interesting I feel like my NFT in particular is going to be of very high value because I've never had anal sex. My anus has never penetrated.
You have a virginness. And let me just say, I think it's not awkward to say, but you have a beautiful asshole.
Thank you. I know.
And you guys can go to our Discord that is on the chat. Brody is putting there the link. You can go there, go to the sneak peeks, and you will see the Mrs. Robinson inspired NFT. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I think your fans, you told me that your fans will love your NFT because it's a virgin asshole, right? So, and it's so pinky and so sweet.
It is. There's no like brown on it. It's very tight. And people always ask me if I bleach my asshole, and I never have. I just think I was blessed with like a skin colored asshole.
But why
my host tight and pretty.
But why didn't you do it before?
I'm just not, I don't like it. I've kind of experimented like with a finger, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel good for me. It's just not
but you cannot say that you don't like if you don't try, you know. It's the same thing that I don't like that water, but I never tasted before.
Yeah, I mean, I would think like with the finger it hurts, so I'm like, why would I want to dick up there if the finger hurts? It's just
yeah, I'm just telling is I'm not a porn star, but I'm a really sexual guy. And I had experiences before that girls that didn't like anal sex, and after a while they told me, Tiago, I don't know if I prefer anal or the vaginal sex, you know. So
yeah,
you never know, because anal sex can be very pleasurant.
Yeah, pleasurable.
Pleasurable. Sure. So you never know, Mrs. Robinson, you know.
That's right. Never say never, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I'm going to bring Amber back in while I use the restroom, and she can tell you about sex.
This is a very good technique, not talking about sex at the same time.
Yeah, we try to keep it separate. So she's right here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have to figure out. I'm gonna sit where my mom sits for a second.
Okay.
This bench is a little more comfortable.
Okay, Amber. What's your favorite thing about sex? It's like, do you have like a position that you come like quicker than normal, than the usual, or what do you like the best in sex?
Well, my favorite position and the position that I come in quicker than normal are not the same. For me, what I like the most about sex is like the emotional connection, and that's really important for me.
But when you do porn, you don't have to have an emotional connection, right?
Yeah. I mean, in porn, that's different. I actually, because like I don't do mainstream like my mom, I just do OnlyFans. And so like the person that I shoot with is actually one of my friends from college. So like I know him, and like I'm comfortable around him. It's not just like, oh, we're two mega porn stars and we're gonna fuck now. You know what I mean? So like for me, it's a real comfort thing. And like for that reason, like I don't know if I'd ever be into doing like mainstream stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because like having some sort of connection to the person is like important to me. I mean, it is work, so it's different. I'm like so on the fence about mainstream. It's a whole different thing. But for me, like the position that I come the fastest in is definitely doggy, but my favorite is I actually really like missionary because of the face-to-face and maybe like both legs up, ankles like by my ears. That's
okay. Like the chicken position.
Yeah.
The fried chicken. Yeah. But
yeah, and it's easier to hold the ankles and the wrists down at the same time.
And then you can just hold it on, right? You can hold, yeah. But because in that position you are like so, how can I say it in English? You are so into it because all your genital parts are like just for the people which are with you, you know.
Display.
Yeah, it's on display, right? That was the right word. So your mom told us that she's a that she has a virgin asshole. Do you have the same virgin asshole, or do you like anal?
I've never had anal sex. My first boyfriend I ever had, like, we like tried, but not like really. So like nothing larger than like a butt plug or something. Because I mean, no shade to my first boyfriend, but he wasn't really packing, so I wouldn't count it at all.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem of boys that don't know what they are doing, because the majority of people, of girls that don't like anal, 90% of those people, I can say to you that they don't like it because they had really bad experiences, and all the men after them, you know, don't want to anal sex because of that stupid guy. Because the anus, it's a muscle, you know, so you have to be careful. You cannot just like put a dick in there and then boom, it cannot it cannot happen, you know. So then you have to first you have to start like leaking it, you know, like a little finger, a butt plug, you know.
An experience. It's not just like, oh, I'm wet, let's fuck.
Yeah,
like
and
your butthole doesn't do that.
And you don't have to do it like on the first time. You can like just lick it and finger it, like, and just you know, and then in the next time that you fuck with that person, you like do it again and add something more, and then a butt plug, you know. It's an experience. It has to be more like step by step, not just like boomba, you know.
No, exactly. And I'm not completely against the idea of having anal sex. I just haven't found someone that I would want to do that with, or like I haven't done it. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to do that at this point. I mean, I'm only 25, so like I've got plenty of years to consider.
To do anal. Yeah, of course. No, I'm just asking it because I know anal, it's one of the most searched like words on porn. I'm an anal lover. If I was not, I wouldn't do this collection for sure.
I'd be very surprised.
I think like the anal sex, it's like the prohibited fruit. Do you understand?
Like the forbidden fruit. That, like, not
I always say that when women just give their asses like it's okay, men will want to fuck the nose or the ear, you know.
The more forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
Less popular forbidden fruit.
Do you know? Have you ever done, or if you like it or not? I don't know. It's a question. To do like the Greek kiss to men. Greek kiss is when you lick the man's anus.
I haven't done that before, no, but I've also never had anyone ask me to do that. So I'm sure as long as it was clean, I would do that.
Yeah, of course. I want to ask this same question to your mom, because for my life experience, all the girls that I've been with more than 40 years old, they were always trying, and they always wanted to lick the ass and finger the ass. And I want a question to your mom, because I think the older the girl is, you know, she gets more excited to do anal things with the men, you know?
Yeah, to try new things. I think that
No,
that
it's
kind of
not. It's not about try new things. I think like as we men like to fuck ass, you know, because in our heads it's like I'm fucking their ass, her ass, you know. It's like it's sexy. It's you know, it's you get horny thinking about it. But I think when girls get older, they think the same about the men. When they are like fingering or licking the man, it's like I'm fucking his ass, you know. That's what I think. That's what I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I think. That's my experience, you know.
I can't vouch for either way. That makes me think of I don't know if you've ever watched the US show Shameless, but there's a character who's an older woman and her whole thing is being a dominatrix, and she has a suitcase of dildos that she fucks her partners with, men. And that's just kind of what that makes me think of. And that makes me think that is common then, if like that's in a mainstream television show.
So it was a question if it is common for boys.
No, I'm just agreeing with you that like
Okay.
the older women like that must be common then.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I saw it like in a TV show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it is, but I wanna. Is your mom there?
He's not here yet. No, sorry.
Okay.
Ruby's being a little rambunctious out there, so I think she's trying to calm him down. We'd love
Okay.
to have him in here, but there's just this whole computer he would jump on it and it would be
Yeah. Could you tell me like how your brother like because now he's used to it and it's not just about his mom, and now he has the mom and the sister doing porn. So is it okay for
There
him?
just wasn't like a reaction to when I started doing it because our mom was already doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was like a slight like, are you sure? Like, you know, like a concerned friend, like we talked about earlier. Are you sure you want to do that? And I was like, we had a conversation about it, and she's totally cool with it. Yeah. Sorry, my mom's coming back in here, and she likes to sit over here, so I'm going to swap out with her real quick.
Yeah, you have to do what moms want.
Was Ricky working with you? I don't know. Hi.
Hi. Mrs. Robinson, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I was talking about that with your daughter, with Amber, but it has to be to you, this question, because I was telling Amber and all the people who are watching that I don't know if that's true or not, but this is what I think of my experience in life. Every girl that I've been with in a sex relationship older than 40 years old, they always want to do anal things with me. Not on their anus, but in my anus, like licking it, finger it. And they were really fucking horny doing it, you know? And in my opinion, in my experience, it's like the older the girl is, the hornier she gets, and the hornier she do these anal things with men. They love, and I think it's about, because I was telling Amber that for us guys, when we love anal sex, because it's for us, it's like I'm fucking her ass, you know. That's we just like it's mental, you know. It's like, of course it's a little bit tighter, but it's here. It's 99% it's here. It's like I'm fucking her ass, you know. And I think the girls think the same, you know. In the guys, it's like I'm fucking their ass, and then they get horny, you know. Do you agree with my idea?
I have definitely had an increased drive as I've gotten older, but I have no interest in anyone else's butthole.
Okay. So,
yeah,
but
if they want that, if I had a partner that was into that, I would accommodate, but I wouldn't just
do it
on my own. Like for you. Yeah, for me, it's
but
not.
Did you talk with your friends, girlfriends, and have you ever talked about that? Because it was like not one, not two, you know, all of them. So
yeah,
it was like, you know, I don't know what to say, padrão, a pattern, you know. So okay, for you, for a pattern, for you, no, but your friends, you didn't talk about it.
Yes.
They're all into it. Yeah.
That's it. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
It is.
How in Shameless that one character
Yeah.
does that, and so it must be common because it's in a TV show.
Right. Yeah, I think that's right.
So Amber and Mrs. Robinson, it's been so great, and I'm really happy for having you on board. Thank you very much for being here with us, guys that are watching the live stream. Go to Discord right now, because the mods are going to offer the 10 OnlyFans subscriptions of these beautiful girls. So just go there, join if you are not joined yet. If you are, you can go there to the general chat and we will offer. And maybe Mrs. Robinson and Amber can put some spicy pictures on the chat. I don't know, it's up to them.
Absolutely.
So you can go to the general chat, and if maybe they can, and you can chat with them as well, and maybe they will post some spicy pics. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who is watching the stream, and thank you guys for being here and for being almost not almost but since the beginning, and supporting the project, supporting my ideas, supporting this sex workers community that we are creating. The fans are being incredible, and I think you feel really loved, because the people on the community love you guys. So I hope I hope you enjoy this journey with us. Okay.
Absolutely, we do. And I want to say thank you for having us here today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, everyone that's joined, thank you for your kindness. Feel free to come and say hi. My main Instagram went down, so I'm starting from scratch. So we've always dropped all of our links. Say hi on Instagram and Twitter on both of our accounts, and
TikTok.
Yeah, and come say hi on OnlyFans too, because we love to chat in the DMs there and do some spicy stuff. So we do cock ratings, and we do sexting, and we send out our full-length videos at a discount.
Separately.
Yeah, separately. Say it one more time.
I will ask the mods to put the OnlyFans link and their Instagram links on this chat as well, so you can go follow if you want. But for the people who are asking what chat is it, you just have to go to our Discord. It's on the chat as well. Go there, verify on the pitch, and then you go to the general chat and you can talk with us. Okay, girls, thank you very much. And maybe I wanna do a last question. It's not defined yet. It's not. It's just something that I'm thinking about it. But maybe I could organize a party with a few porn stars to come to Europe. What do you guys think? Would you guys love to do it?
That would be so fun. Yeah, we're in.
Maybe we can do it in Portugal, my country, and invite some of the porn stars. Not all, of course, because I cannot like just pay all the trips and everything to all, but the most active muses that are on the chat. I think I'm thinking about joining all of them, the more active on the chat, and bringing to Portugal, of course, and do like a good party to meet the holders of the NFTs. And having fun and meet our beautiful country as well, of course.
We would love that.
That would be so cool.
And you can invite the game too. He might come and be our entertainment.
Yeah, maybe I can talk with the game to come and do as a show.
Yeah, like a live stream show.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much again. I hope you guys have a good Saturday and a good Sunday tomorrow. And yeah.
You too.
And
enjoy your day, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you very much for being you guys here, all the stream viewers. Even if you are Portuguese or not Portuguese or all over the world, it doesn't matter. We are all brothers and sisters. So thank you very much, and we see you in the next ANUS podcast. I'm sorry about my English. It's not perfect, but you understand me, and that's what's the most important part, of course. Thank you.